All right, I guess better late than never. Guys, welcome to 6 Things to Learn, Real Madrid 4, Celta de Vigo 1. Before we jump into the video, as always, thank you for checking it out. Thank you for being here. If you're from TikTok, I appreciate you guys. We just hit 20,500 followers, I believe, and 4 million likes. If you're not part of that following of that TikTok yet, you're missing out. That's my most active account. So links in the description. Also my IG and Twitter if you want to interact with me directly, or if you want to ask me a question, everything's gonna be down there. Bovada and Prize Picks, the betting websites that I use for entertainment purposes, of course, for the betting and all that stuff, it's gonna be down there as well. And do I need to say anything else? I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. Oh yeah, no, and FootMob, the official partnership of the channel, the official sponsor, the best app for live results, transfer rumors, and notifications and lineups, available down there. It helps me out. Everything helps me out. I know it gets corny, but it's just a call to action. That way you guys do it. And whenever I say it, you guys do it. Also, if we could get 100 likes, it will really help me out. But let's jump into what matters. I do have my notepad as always. Whenever I have my notepad, you guys know I'm gonna go in depth. So, my first comment. This is the first game we cut without Casemiro after it was announced that he's going to go for Manchester United, which they won today 2-1 against Liverpool without Casemiro, which was surprising. But seems like it's looking up at United. I'm happy for them. Even though I'm a Madrid fan, I'm going to miss Casemiro. At the end of the day, we do have a soft spot for Manchester United because they are a good partner from us. We buy and sell players between the two clubs. So respect where respect is due, and hopefully Casemiro, please treat our boy right. But my first bullet point is Tchouameni will be fine. If you saw the game, Tchouameni had a total of 13 recovered balls. He didn't look as strong on the ball, which is actually one of his fortes. But overall, I wasn't mad about it. He was really good. He recovered one of the balls, and he tackled it, recovered it, and just went almost to the midfield, like right into the center of the field. And he passed it to Valverde. No, he passed. What was it? I forget who it was, but like he opened to the wing, and that ended up being a goal, which was fantastic. Tchouameni had 13 recovered balls. Like I said, in Casemiro's last season, he averaged 9 recovered balls per game. So right there and there tells me that Tchouameni will be just fine. Celta, props to Celta. They're always a strong team. Like I said, they have myself. If you're from TikTok, you will know that people just call me Iago Aspas or Fabrizio Romano all the time. And Iago Aspas, as always, did punish us. He did get a penalty. And overall, that was the only real chance that they had. They put a lot of pressure, but I never was fully worried. And Tchouameni was one of those reasons. He was very solid. I was very happy with his game. And overall, I can see him settle down. Of course, it's going to be a while before he fully embraces that role that Casemiro had. But I can already see that he's going to be complemented. Modric, Kroos, Camavinga, Valverde, whoever is next to him, he's going to be a rock in the midfield. I'm very excited for him. My second point is we will be sad when Modric retires / leaves. My God, is Modric good at football? My God, is he. I'm so happy that the longer he stays in Madrid, the more people are starting to appreciate him. It seems like every game he gets a standing ovation. We don't know if he's going to retire at the end of this season or next season. Of course, he wants to retire with the Bernabeu fully being built. So if it means that at the end of next season, the Bernabeu is completed, then fantastic. He might retire. He might call it quit. He might get a renewal for next season. But my God, the guy gets better with age. He's 37, about to be 38. And he's still buzzing the midfield. I don't understand how he went so long being at Spurs. In his first season at Madrid, he was called the flub of the season. And now look at him, a Ballon d'Or, 5 Champions Leagues later. Still the Croatian Player of the Year, a final with the Croatia. We're lucky to have him on. We're going to miss him. Of course, that's going to be another sad day for Real Madrid. But whenever he leaves, hopefully Camavinga, Ceballos, probably not Ceballos, but Camavinga, whoever we buy at that point, takes over that position. And just like Tchouameni with Casemiro, we're going to have to accept the passing of the torch and see what happens. Number 3. This one, I've been saying it a lot, but it seems like every game I got to bring it up again. Vini's looking like Neymar. Vini's looking fantastic. The more he plays, the more he reminds me of that first season that Vinicius had. It was frustrating because he would dribble a lot, he would be very fast, but he wouldn't do anything with the ball really. He would just go to the end line, either pass it, cross it, a very poor pass or cross, by the way, or his finishing would let him down. Now, the longer he goes and the longer he trains and the longer he gets confidence in himself, he's figuring out a way of getting that end of product, that output. He's figuring out, hey, do I want to finish? Do I want to assist? Do I want to pass? Do I want to cut in? Do I want to cross it, or do I want to try to get the dribble pass and see if I get a penalty? And it seems like every time he goes on that left wing, gets the ball and gets a full speed, he's either going to dribble a couple players and get a chance, or he's going to be taken down. He was taken down a lot, it seems. Like, he was on the floor a lot. And that's one thing I don't like about Neymar. I've never liked about Neymar, that he talks a lot of crap whenever he goes down. Vini is doing the same, but he seems like he talks crap to the other players. He doesn't talk crap to the referee, which is a difference between Neymar, that Neymar goes directly to the referee. Not right now. Neymar looks like he's also maturing a lot. Maybe because he has Messi and Mbappe right next to him, so he's not getting tackled as much. But it seemed like he was doing that a lot on his peak, and maybe Vini took that when in his time in Brazil. But overall, Vini's looking fantastic. I can see this being a very, very important season for him in his develop as a star, really, because once Benzema leaves, the attack is going to be focused on Vini, unless we get a Haaland Mbappe, which I never want to see Mbappe wear a Real Madrid jersey, by the way. I think I said that multiple times in other videos, but Vini will be our focus point for the next 10 years. As long as he doesn't leave or gets any injury, as long as he keeps up this momentum. My fourth point is Rudiger is putting pressure. Rudiger is putting pressure. I still believe our best center back pairing is going to be Alaba and Militao. But if I remember well, Rudiger went in for Carvajal. And then was it that way? Rudiger went in for Carvajal, and then someone else went in and Alaba went out. Or was it Mendy went out and Alaba moved to the left back position, and then Rudiger and it was Alaba, Militao, Rudiger, and Vasquez as the final back four. And Rudiger at first as a right back, he's solid. He's really solid on both ends. So if we ever need a tall fullback, we know the Rudiger can do that job. But as a center back, he's always solid. He's just not used to that further back formation. But with Militao and Alaba next to him, if we put him in between those two, Rudiger won't be exposed as much. But his speed, my God, I forget who gave him that pass, which ended up being the penalty for, I think it was Modric to Vini for that fantastic Vini goal, which he dribbled past the goalkeeper. But it might have been the Tchouameni. It might be the one that I mentioned on the first bullet point. The Tchouameni did the pass. Rudiger just springs, and he runs so funny. He looks like he's a triathlon and just throwing his head back, and he's fast and he controls the ball nicely. And he passes to Benzema, and Benzema gets the penalty. And Rudiger is just like, the fact that he can create from the back is very, very important, because we might need to get that in some games, like the one against Manchester City. Our fullbacks were essential for the attack creation. So we will see. Rudiger definitely putting pressure, which I love, because I don't want our center backs, I don't want Militao and Alaba to just be like, oh, we're gonna be starters no matter what. No, like, I feel like they're gonna be starters, but if let's say Alaba or Militao have a slope and Rudiger is having a very good time every time he comes in, then Ancelotti should be like, hey, since Militao is the one that's usually inconsistent, hey, Mili, you come to the bench. Rudiger, you start. If he plays well until he fucks up, you're going to play. And then Militao will put that in his head, just like, okay, I need to be perfect, because if he messed up and then I go in, I need to be just as perfect. And that's just going to be good for us in the long term, which is fantastic. We need Rodrigo back is my fifth point. We do. Overall, our attack, even though Vini and Benzema and Valverde are a very solid front three, Valverde, at the end of the day, he's not a right winger, which he doesn't play like a right winger. He just runs everywhere that he's needed. And if he needs to be a center forward, he does it. If he needs to be a center attacking mid, he does it. If he needs to be the center defensive mid, he will do it. But he's taking away that position from the right wing. And that's not his main position. So we do need Rodrigo back. That way we have our midfield rotation fully back in place, and Rodrigo starts developing and getting that potential even better, like Vinicius did. And then now that we got the Casemiro money, because now it's aiming to be around 85 million euros, which basically washes Tchouameni in the long term. We got Tchouameni for free because we replaced it with Casemiro money. We should spend it in an attacker. I don't know who. I don't know. I don't care. I don't really care who, as long as they're quality. I would have taken Timo Werner in a bit. I would have taken. I would take Kai Havertz. I would have taken Haaland, but of course because of the Mbappe saga, we missed out on Haaland. I would take Riyad Mahrez. I would take Bernardo Silva. I would take. Who else is available right now? Kostic would have been good. There's multiple players. And Nkunku, I don't know if we have the money, and I don't know if Leipzig will be willing to let him go, but I will take Nkunku in a beat. But we need somebody to be there for the revulsive, because Rodrigo will be their starter, but then we won't have that magic coming off the bench like we did this season, because Rodrigo, every time he came off the bench, fantastic. Meanwhile, Asensio, yeah, he played. He had like 5 touches. That was about it. And every time he touched the ball, we really didn't want him to have the ball. And also the fact that it seems like he has a bad relationship with Madrid and Ancelotti as a whole, because he was tendering the idea of leaving and saying that he had offers and then that he wanted to stay, blah, 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 blah. I personally don't care. I'll be completely honest with you, because Asensio, at the end of the day, he's a true Madridista. He's giving everything for us. It's just at this point, he's not really like in the future plans of Madrid, so might as well, if you want to leave. If you want to stay, well, at least try to play well. But that's about it. Yeah, I don't have much to say about Asensio. I just want to get Rodrigo back in the starting lineup and then put Asensio, or get another forward, so we have a good rotation and a backup striker for Benzema, because of course we only have Mariano. Which brings me to my next point. Hazard needs help and needs patience, because yes, he missed the penalty. How the fuck do you miss a penalty when you're up 3-1 and there's really no pressure whatsoever? I don't know. I'm not a professional footballer. You guys tell me, will you have missed? Would any other football player have missed? It's not like the freaking Euro finals where Saka and Sancho and Rashford missed it because the whole pressure of the world were on them. This one was just like, hey, if you miss, no big deal. But if you make it, hey, you get a goal in La Liga and you get back on track. Even the goalkeeper was like, I'm just gonna swing one way. If he scores it. Like, we're already losing 3-1. They were already losing 4-1. What's the big deal at that point? But he needs patience, because besides the penalty, he did well. He did have the ball. It's just his confidence is on the floor, like legitimate. Every time he plays, I just see him being sad. I just see him not knowing what to do. I see him just like being serious. And we need everything we can to get Hazard to his prime, because if we get 75% of prime Hazard, we'll be golden for the next of the season. If we get a 50% prime Hazard, we'll be golden for the next of the season coming off the bench. But if we can only get Burger King Hazard, it's not really worth it. And the fact that he's winning 600,000 euros per week, yeah, I'm pocket checking, or I'm pocket watching, whichever the expression is. It's awful, because he's our highest paid player. It's not like Cristiano or something like that like, yeah, like he might be our top or highest earner, but he plays every single game. Yeah, it was the same thing with Kaká. Kaká got the same hate, because we're like, we want you to be successful, but like, you're not doing anything. And when you play, you either get injured or just underperform. So yeah, we will see. Hopefully Hazard gets back together. But yeah, those were the 6 things we learned from Real Madrid for Celta de Vigo 1. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Again, follow all my social media in the link down below, and I'll see you next time. Peace.